Imagine checking your blood sugar, even though you haven't eaten anything sweet. No dessert, no soda, no sugar, yet the number is higher than before. Most people assume this must be a mistake. But your blood sugar can rise even when you eat zero sugar, and the real reason has very little to do with food. Most people believe blood sugar follows a simple rule. Eat sugar, blood sugar rises. Avoid sugar, blood sugar stays stable. But the human body is not that simple. Your liver can release glucose even when you haven't eaten. Stress hormones can raise blood sugar, sleep deprivation can affect glucose control, even the time of day can change how your body handles sugar. So if you've ever wondered, why is my blood sugar high when I didn't eat anything sweet? The answer lies in how the body manages energy, not just what you eat. The most misunderstood organ in blood sugar control is not the pancreas, it's the liver. Your liver acts like a backup energy tank. When you eat carbohydrates, some glucose is stored in the liver as glycogen. Later, when the body needs energy, the liver converts glycogen back into glucose and releases it into the bloodstream. This prevents the brain and muscles from running out of fuel. But here's the key point. The liver does not wait for you to eat sugar before releasing glucose. It responds to hormonal signals, and those signals can appear even when you haven't eaten anything. One of the strongest triggers of glucose release is stress. When the brain senses stress, it activates the body's survival system. This releases hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones send a message to the liver. Release energy. The liver responds by releasing glucose into the blood. This happens whether you are running from danger, stuck in traffic, working under pressure, or worrying about something. The body reacts the same way, so blood sugar rises even though no sugar was eaten. This is why many people notice higher glucose levels during stress, illness, or busy work periods. Another surprising effect happens in the morning. Many people wake up with higher blood sugar, even if they did not eat overnight. This is called the dawn effect. In the early morning hours, the body releases hormones that help wake you up. These include cortisol, growth hormone, and glucagon. Their role is to prepare your body for the day. But these hormones also signal the liver to release glucose. So when you wake up, your blood sugar may already be higher than it was during the night, not because you ate something, but because your body prepared fuel for the day. Your metabolism also follows a circadian rhythm. This means your body processes glucose differently depending on the time of day. For most people, insulin works better earlier in the day. Glucose tolerance usually decreases later in the evening. This means the same meal can produce different blood sugar responses depending on when it is eaten. A late-night meal may cause a larger glucose spike than the same meal eaten earlier. Your body's internal clock influences how efficiently glucose is handled. One of the most overlooked causes of blood sugar fluctuations is poor sleep. Even one night of insufficient sleep can affect glucose regulation. Sleep deprivation increases cortisol levels, stress hormones, and inflammation. At the same time, it reduces insulin sensitivity. Insulin is the hormone that helps move glucose from the bloodstream into cells. When insulin sensitivity decreases, glucose stays in the blood longer. As a result, blood sugar rises more easily. This is why people who sleep poorly often experience higher fasting glucose and larger glucose spikes after meals. Sleep is not just rest, it is a metabolic reset for the body. Here is another surprising fact. Your body can create glucose even when you do not eat carbohydrates. This process is called gluconeogenesis. The liver can convert substances such as amino acids from protein, lactate from muscles, and glycerol from fat into glucose. This is a survival mechanism. The brain requires a constant supply of glucose. So even if carbohydrate intake is low, the body can still generate glucose internally. This is why blood sugar never drops to zero. Another important factor is insulin sensitivity. Insulin sensitivity determines how effectively your cells respond to insulin. But this sensitivity changes depending on sleep quality, stress levels, physical activity, body weight, and time of day. On days when insulin sensitivity is lower, glucose stays in the bloodstream longer. So blood sugar may appear higher even if you ate the exact same food as the day before. These fluctuations often reflect normal metabolic changes. So what actually helps keep blood sugar stable? First, prioritize sleep. Consistent, adequate sleep improves insulin sensitivity and reduces stress hormones. Second, manage stress. Chronic stress signals the liver to continuously release glucose. Physical activity, relaxation techniques, and structured routines can help regulate stress hormones. Third, avoid very late meals. Because insulin sensitivity declines at night, heavy late meals often cause larger glucose spikes. Fourth, stay physically active. Muscles use glucose for energy. Regular movement improves insulin sensitivity and helps clear glucose from the bloodstream. Even a short walk after meals can help. Finally, focus on balanced meals. Meals containing protein, fiber, and healthy fats slow glucose absorption and reduce sharp spikes. Blood sugar is not controlled by food alone. It is regulated by a complex system involving the liver, hormones, sleep, stress, and the body's internal clock. Your body is constantly managing energy, sometimes releasing glucose, sometimes storing it, always making sure your brain and organs have enough fuel. Once you understand this system, blood sugar stops feeling mysterious. It becomes logical. But this leads to another important question. If health is controlled by complex biological systems, why do so many popular health tips fail when people try to apply them in real life? In the next episode of Health Logic Lab, we will explore why most health advice fails in real life, and why understanding context, biology, and daily habits matters far more than simple one-size-fits-all advice.